Mr. President, I now give you the opportunity to make the statement that you wish to make.
No, thank you, Chairperson. It's really a statement to say thank you to the Commission. But maybe before doing so, I would just like to take a moment to reflect on one matter. It's about the passing away of the first mayor or executive mayor of Johannesburg, who served the city from this building here. He passed away a few days ago at the age of 89, and that was Mr. Isaac Mohase. And I do so to pay respects, my respect to him, to his memory as the first mayor of Johannesburg, and the fact that we are meeting here in a room where he worked. It is significant to mention his passing at this time because it was in this very chamber that Mr. Mohase so ably represented the people of this city. But it is also a joy for me to pay my respects to him because I worked with him in 1990 when we were both together with Mama Albertina Sisulu, members of the Soweto People's Delegation, led by Mr. Isaac Mohase, as we engaged with the then Transvaal Provincial Administration to deal with the rent boycott in Soweto, but also to deal with another important issue, which was the transfer of the ownership of the houses of the people of Soweto. As you well know, in the past, our people never owned their homes. They just rented forever and ever. And part of the boycott of paying rent was largely around that, and he led us very ably. So for me, this is an opportunity to pay my respects to him, particularly because we are here, and to pay condolences to him, to his family. But I'd like, on behalf of the ANC, to thank the Commission for allowing the organization the space and the time to present our statement and to present ourselves to be questioned by you as well as by the evidence leaders, to give an explanation of what happened. We hope that this testimony, together with the testimony that has also been given by other leaders of the ANC who testified on behalf of the ANC, will assist the Commission, because our understanding is that this is not a trial. This is a commission of inquiry, and we've come here to assist you, Chairperson, so that you can form a clearer picture of the ANC's approach to corruption, so that we can also explain our knowledge of and response to allegations of state capture. I know that there are a number of other issues that you will still need to put questions to me on as the President of the Republic. And, but you also hopefully have heard the measures that we've put in place to address some of the mishaps, the gaps, and state capture itself, so that we ensure that it never ever happens again, and how we are addressing it with regard to our own organizational measures. Now, over the past 2 days, we have traversed what I see as a number of matters. These are matters that have been of public interest and of importance to your work as a commission. Now, due to the constraints of time, obviously we were not able, as clearly evidenced by the evidence leaders saying that they would have wanted to ask more questions, but we've been able in the past 2 days to cover quite a lot of ground, and I hope, Chairperson, you will be able to read through the detailed account in my own statement as well as the annexures that I presented, so as to shed more light on our own explanation on what we have put forward. Obviously, when I return to the Commission, I will reflect on the actions that we have taken in the state to end state capture, to dismantle the networks that made it possible, and to rebuild the efficacy and integrity of state or public institutions. We are mindful of the fact that the mandate of the Commission does not extend to how political parties must function, and that it is the sole prerogative of political parties themselves, particularly the ANC, to determine their own organizational arrangements. And some of the thoughts and the suggestions that have been put here, obviously we will reflect on with a view of seeing how best we too can improve the way that we function. For instance, we too can be able at a very early stage to see all those markers, those indicators, which we have spoken about. We do, however, accept that it is necessary for the Commission to examine how internal processes and practices of political parties impact on the functioning of public institutions to fully appreciate how the state capture occurred, because in the way that we have functioned as a party, it has had an impact on public institutions in our country, and we must accept that, and your Commission has patently made that very clear to us. Now, in undertaking this examination, it is necessary to recall that there was significant contestation within the African National Congress on some of the matters that are before the Commission, and I think we've articulated that. So, as we examine all this, we should not be just linear in our examination of this. We should be able to deal with the contours of the various issues that the party itself had to deal with. It's also important to remember that state capture not only undermined the integrity and the capability of public institutions, it also deeply damaged the effect of, or the effectiveness of the African National Congress itself. So it did affect us as a party, as it did affect the state. As we recognized at our 54th conference, state capture has had a profound impact on the coherence and the unity of the ANC and its ability to carry out its mandate and mission to work for the people of South Africa. As part of its efforts to make what I would call a decisive break with the era of state capture, the ANC itself has embarked, as I sought to explain, on a journey of renewal, regeneration, and I believe that the work of this Commission, as much as its purpose is to serve the nation, will, in the end, also assist the ANC along the path of renewal. Although it is at times very uncomfortable and difficult for the ANC, we welcome this scrutiny as a necessary step in tackling corruption in the state and across society. And when I say across society, I say so advisedly because in many ways it would also have been helpful if we could have reflected on greater scrutiny on other entities other than the state in the way they themselves aided and abetted state capture. That is, various companies, because in the end, it's possible, and indeed it is the truth, it's not only sort of the Gupta-related companies that participated, it is other companies as well. But I wish to conclude by paying tribute to all those South Africans who have played a role in unearthing corrupt activities that we now know as state capture. Here I make reference to those who've been whistleblowers. And whistleblowers have not had a great time in our country. Once they blow the whistle, they have been subjected to enormous pressures, and pressures that have affected them personally, professionally, career-wise, and also has affected their own households. They have been brave men and women of our country who, because of their abhorrence of corruption, blew whistles. And I regret that in many instances we have not treated them well. And we therefore need to have some process, legislation, of being able to protect whistleblowers. We could say that we've got various policies, but they have not really proven that effective. Some whistleblowers have even been killed. But I also want to pay tribute to journalists. Journalists have really gone beyond the call of duty in many respects in getting the country to be where we are today. I pay tribute to them. I spoke about some of the challenges that journalists face, but we pay tribute because they have in many ways been very patriotic and played a very key role. I also want to pay tribute to law enforcement officials, staff of Chapter 9 institutions, members of the judiciary, no doubt, and members of parliament and government officials, as well as members of the governing party and other parties, as well as the alliance partners of the governing party, and leaders of a whole number of other parties, and various civil society formations who were vital in bringing many issues to light and to the fore. And may they continue where there is wrongdoing, be brave and courageous enough to be able to bring those to the fore. There are many people who paid a great price, Chairperson, for taking a principled stand. And as I was saying, it takes a lot for people to come to this commission, but it even takes a great deal more to either be a whistleblower, to be a journalist, and to be an active citizen who will want to take a stand. There are many people who withstood great pressure and took great risks. The nation owes much to each of these people, for they have each, in different ways, reaffirmed the values of our Constitution and our democracy. Now, the existence of this commission owes much to the determination of ordinary South Africans who've stood up against corruption and state capture. The existence of this commission and the fact that it is able to undertake such a far-reaching examination or investigation, expensive as it has been, is a testament to the strength of our democracy and the institutions that support it. For a sitting president to come to a commission such as this one, a commission that he has established, some people said it's unheard of. But we felt that it was important to come both as president of the governing party as well as president of their country. Now, as the ANC, we deeply appreciate the work of this commission and reaffirm our total commitment to provide whatever assistance we can to ensure that this commission fulfills its mandate. And it is with those words, Chairperson, that without being patronizing, that I'd like to thank you and thank this opportunity that you have given to the ANC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for your remarks. We appreciate them very much. I was going to say, and I don't know whether you read my mind, I was going to also refer to the fact that I'm not aware in the history of this country of a sitting president appearing before a commission. I may be mistaken, but I can't remember. But I think it's very important. And I say that quite alive to the fact that yesterday and today you were appearing not as president of the country, but as president of the ANC. But the reality is that you are president of the country as well. That you have appeared before the commission, but also to state that it is quite important that the ruling party, the majority party in parliament, has taken the attitude that you have conveyed to the commission and to the nation at large, that they've decided that they would support this commission. They know that some of the things, they knew that some of the things that would come out of the commission would not be easy to deal with, but nevertheless concluded that it was a process that they should support. And the president of the ruling party, president of the country, came to the commission and said, I will give evidence on all the matters that I have knowledge of and that the party has knowledge of, and I'm opening myself up to being questioned openly in front of the nation, because as the ruling party, we support this process, we support the work of the commission. So I think that it's very important, and it's something that suggests that the ruling party wants to account to the nation through this commission, because it realizes that while a lot of the things that the commission is looking into were happening, it was the ruling party. But it wants to come to the commission and say to the nation, we may have gone wrong somewhere, but we are here and we will account and we will explain what we can explain, and we accept that there may have been certain shortcomings. I think that's quite important. And as the commission, we appreciate that. As we have agreed, the questions have not been exhausted. They will still be pursued next time, both in respect of your position as president of the country and as president of the ANC. But I think it's important, and the fact that the ANC came here also voluntarily is important. So thank you very much for making yourself available and to assist the commission.